This chair has been through a lot with me. Not many reactions as of late. I've been trying to be a sweat. I've been trying to compete in tournaments. PlayStation fucking overheated. Now I can't push content. But I'm trying, damn it. And back into the intro. Hey, what is the dealio, Frilio? This is your boy Dimension Wolf Black back again with another YouTube video. Today we are reacting to some SCP files. Hold on. I don't know why I don't have the video up. I'm trying to make sure my OBS isn't fucking exploding because it's weird. I don't have a dual screen setup, so fucking murder me, right? But anyway, this is SCP-173. SCP-173, nice rhyme. SCP-173, the sculpture tale, SCP animation and story. I like to say the whole title just so people can fucking find it. Just like, oh, it's not this one, Like, yeah, you'll get the general video, but like, just got to make sure y'all get the right shit, right? You know what I'm saying? I haven't done this in a while, so excuse my speech if it's a little skip it, off to the next thing. But if you like me, if you like my content, go ahead, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, comment. Please let me know down in the comment section down below what else kind of content would you like to see on the channel. And let's get right into this reaction video. SCP-173, the sculpture tale.
Team. Terrible things they've done. We were a team.
Okay.
Despite our differences, in spite of the terrible things they've done, we were still a team.
Bruh.
We were still a team.
Okay.
That's not how the higher-ups saw it, though.
Right.
No. The guys upstairs with their perfectly pressed shirts. For them, we were judged by our level of expendability, and they knew that our next mission was a death sentence.
Ooh.
One by one, that thing took out my team, my friends, snapping their necks so quickly and with such ease that no sooner did I hear the scream,
ooh,
they were dead. We had been used. Used. Delivered as prey to the predator. A plot that was sanctioned by the bosses and approved with a blood-red stamp.
What the fuck?
Why did they do it? I'm still trying to figure that out. Maybe that's something you can tell me after you hear how these so-called scientific men left us in this cell. And in the hands of SCP-173. For me, it had been the best of times before it became the worst of times. The best, because I'd quickly risen through the ranks of the facility. The worst, because, well, I'll get to that. I was never the best student. I finished high school by the skin of my teeth, and my job prospects looked bleak. But I was lucky, I guess. Or at least I thought so at the time. You see, I have an uncle Siegfried who did some work for the government. I never actually knew what he did, just that it was secretive work. I used to imagine he was some sort of super spy, so you can imagine how excited I was when he found out I needed a job and he offered to help me out. I couldn't believe it. I always thought he hated me. I'd overheard him telling my parents that I was a no-good deadbeat, but now he'd had a change of heart and was willing to take me under his wing. What would I get to do? Undercover intelligence gathering? International assassinations? Just you wait, he said.
Okay.
And that's how I found myself.
This man, I know. We ain't even getting that far deep into it. We ain't even deep into it. Hold up. We're not even that deep into it. But this man, hold on. I think I got the right scene. Yeah, okay. Boom. This man put his whole finger on your mouth. And you said, just you wait. You okay with your uncle? Just you wait. Just you wait. I got you. I'm gonna feed you to a unknown anomaly demon. The fuck? There we go. And you.
Walking into a sprawling, futuristic-looking facility where they handed me a level 1 security clearance card with big, bold letters that read, janitor. But I was happy. Just the words security clearance made me feel important, and it beat flipping burgers.
Oh God.
I pushed mops, turned off lights, fired up generators, clocked in and clocked out.
Hey.
But all that time, they must have been watching me. grooming me, waiting for the day they could throw me to the wolves. I should have known. I've always been an expendable kind of guy. After a few years, I was called to an office, and there was a man in a plaid shirt and kind of a tweed jacket that professors wear. He asked me, "Do you have any idea about what we actually do here?" And to be honest, I didn't. I knew that there were many parts of the facility I couldn't enter. I imagined that down a maze of corridors were weapons being built, or prisoners being interrogated. But I had no idea about the anomalies. How could I? Before I was told anything, I had to sign a bunch of forms. There were so many I thought I'd get to find out who really killed JFK. And while they didn't come out and say it, what I inferred was that if I ever talk about what happens at the facility to someone outside the facility, well, let's just say it's not the kind of thing they'd spell out on a piece of paper, but it involves padded cells and rusty tools. I wasn't scared though. I was part of something big, something secret, and I loved it.
You
so
stupid.
I signed my life away with no hesitation. Soon after, I was in
Rapper.
introduced to my first anomaly, the safe class, of course. They took me to an observation room, and from that room I could see into another room with a sign on the wall that read SCP-067. I just stood there, waiting for something to happen, when in walked another guy in a white lab coat. "Welcome to your first anomaly," he said. "Is it okay if I hook you up to this heart monitor? We want to gauge your reaction to what you see." "All I can see," I told him, "is an empty room with a table and what looks like a pen on top of some papers." "Correct," he said, half smiling, as if I was some kind of idiot. "That's SCP-067. I thought about telling him that if I needed years of training before I could see a pen, that I probably should have taken that fast food job. Could have been a shift manager by now. Then they brought a young chimpanzee, small enough to be harmless. One of the guys forced a pen into the scared chimp's hand, and something strange happened. It started scribbling. Nonsense at first, but suddenly it was sketching and drawing faster and faster. I could catch glimpses of words and images. By the time they dragged it out, it was flailing around like it was possessed. "That pen has power," said the man in the lab coat. "A power whose source or origin we don't fully understand. That's why we're here. That's why you are here." One of the guys in the other room held the chimp's drawing up to the window. It was a perfect sketch of the Tower of London, intricate and brilliant. Above the sketch was the title, "Tower of London, Tudor Period, circa 1541. The year Margaret Pole, the Countess of Salisbury, lost her head on the chopping block." Underneath that, the chimp had written, "Pity, she was no traitor. Take it from me, I was there." They didn't need to look at the heart rate monitor to see that I was shocked. That was far from the only anomaly I'd come into contact with. I must have been doing something right, because in time I went from level 1 to 2 to level 3 security clearance, and that's when they made me a containment specialist. I won't bore you with all the details, but as you can guess, I dealt with the containment of anomalies. A lot of my time was spent looking through small windows and cell doors, making sure that whatever was inside and still in one piece. Other times I worked with field agents when anomalies were brought in, a transition period that the arrested freaks didn't much like. There was one certain anomaly, though, that I was tasked to oversee on many occasions. I like to think of it as my pet, but in hindsight, I was its pet. This was SCP-173.
Excuse me!
That was in what we call the Euclid class. A classification meaning that we don't fully understand it, but know it is very dangerous. We know it's intelligent, we know it's unpredictable, and we know it will kill. And for that reason, there's people tasked with containing it and keeping an eye on it at all times. At first glance, you wouldn't guess just how dangerous 173 is. You wouldn't think it's incredibly intelligent. In fact, you'd think the opposite. That's because it's more or less a walking slab of concrete and rebar with stunted limbs and traces of spray paint that give the impression of a dopey face. We have to enter its cell twice a week for cleaning duties. It leaves a disgusting, foul-smelling liquid on the floor, a reddish-brown substance that I can only describe as a mix of blood and waste products. Where that stuff comes from has remained a mystery since we first contained it in 1993.
Damn!
Going into the cell was always a three-man job, because, and this is maybe the weirdest part about 173, It can't move if human eyes are watching it. That's why you need at least 2 people watching it at all times. If you were in the room watching 173 by yourself and blinked, you'd be dead before your eyes opened. We don't know how it moves that fast, but in that fraction of a second, your neck is snapped so hard it's almost like being decapitated. I've seen the videos to prove it. All it took was a sneeze. He wasn't even finished getting the rest of the achoo out when there was a flash and his partner was left lying on the ground. His head twisted around the wrong direction. So, you can understand why we now require 3 men for any time we must enter 173's cell. Then, a few months ago, I was told that a long process would begin to train and re-educate some future Class Ds. Class Ds are mostly prisoners with lifelong sentences, or those we've taken from death row and given a new lease on life. We were apparently understaffed, so why not employ these men whose lives had pretty much ended anyway? That was the rationale, or at least that's what they told me. I was told to train them on their new job, mopping up 173's mess, so that me and the rest of the containment specialists could focus on more important tasks. They hadn't been through the training I had, seen what I had seen. But after showing them the video of 173 nearly taking off a man's head, they were more than willing to follow the rules. They understood not to blink, or turn away or sneeze, and that any lapse in focus could lead to a violent death. So I started to show them the ropes, how we move as a team into the cell, and always keep the others informed on what we're doing. 173 was always sitting in the corner of a cell, no expression on that crude face. But when we walked in its cell, I got the feeling it knew something had changed. I felt almost as if it was communicating with me, but I couldn't tell what it was trying to say. And then, it happened. It was a Tuesday afternoon, 3 days from the last time we'd cleaned. As usual, 173 had covered the floor with that horrible liquid. We headed in to clean. My new team alert as always, and some of them cleaned while others kept their eyes focused on the thing in the corner. Things were going smoothly when we heard a noise I knew very well. It was the sound of the cell door locking. Someone must have screwed up. "Hey guys, we're locked in here," I shouted through the intercom. Nothing. "Guys, the damn door is locked." Nothing. I lost it a bit. "Open the door, will you?" Nothing. My team looked at me. The ones not on eye contact duty, that is, as if I should know what to do, hoping that this had happened before and that there was some kind of standard plan to deal with it. There wasn't.
Fucking feed
We
to
were
the
always
fire.
observed when in the room, and I knew that a technician couldn't accidentally lock the door. It was impossible. There were protocols. Someone had done this on purpose. The 4 of us sat in the corner of the room as far from 173 as possible, our eyes locked on it. It didn't move an inch as usual, just stood, staring at the wall as it always did. We stayed awake through the night, talking a little, holding on to the slim hope that something had gone wrong. But as night turned to day again, we all began to lose hope. We weren't sent here to clean. We were a test. Totally expendable. Lab rats. But I wouldn't go down without a fight. We couldn't just stay up forever. That was a death sentence. I suggested that 2 of us stand, 1 sit and rest, and 1 get some sleep. We'd take shifts. A couple hours on, a couple hours off. Maybe we could show that we wouldn't give up. They'd have time to realize what they were doing was insane, call off the test, and come free us. We made it through a couple of shifts like this, and it seemed like we'd actually be able to make it another day or 2 when everything went wrong. It was my turn to sit and rest when I heard the worst possible noise. Snoring. The con next to me was sleeping quietly, so it must be one of the standers. I glanced over for just a split second and saw both of them, leaning against the cell wall dozing. At the same time, I saw the flash. Crack, snap, pop. One after another, their necks were snapped. I'm not sure how it happened, but I was standing again, staring at 173, who was now in the corner. Dead bodies with their heads twisted around piled up in front of it. I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't stare at this thing forever. I felt myself giving up. I lowered my head to the ground and then finally broke my gaze, ready to die. And then, nothing happened. I slowly raised my head back up and there it was, its hideous face inches away from mine. It was then that I understood what we'd been containing, what we'd underestimated. I felt it again, like it was telling me something. It was telling me to close my eyes, to sleep. So I did. But as my eyes closed, I didn't see darkness. I saw 173, or something like it, but not in the cell. I saw it outside, in the world, standing over children sleeping in their beds, watching. I saw them hiding in the shadows, staring out at passers-by. Then I realized they weren't watching, waiting to pounce. No, they were hiding. My eyes popped open as the door opened and in rushed 6 security personnel. They took me outside, jabbed my leg with a syringe, injecting me with something as the world faded away. Incident report. Time and date redacted. Following the experimental forced interaction with Euclid class anomaly scp-173, subject has ceased responding to external stimuli and appears to have taken on the traits and behaviors of the anomaly. Subject now spends entire day sitting in corner of cell staring at the wall. Staff are advised to proceed with caution when dealing with subject, as the only behavior they engage in is an attempt to strangle anyone who enters the cell. No treatments have shown any effectiveness, and subject will unfortunately require incarceration, likely forever. This report has been read and approved by Redacted, and Dr. Siegfried Schwarz.
Redacted, and Dr. Siegfried Schwarz. That was so, oh my god. Watching different shit like this is a breath of fresh air. Woo! That was some good shit. I know I didn't really give my thoughts on a lot of this shit. I was just sitting enjoying the story because it was just like...
It's 3 a.m. and the facility is quiet. Office workers and administrators roam...
Spoiler! Shut your bitch ass up!
...their posts, clad in advanced tactical armor and carrying...
Ain't spoiling me, ho. Anyway, if you like me, if you like my content, go ahead, like and subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm looking at my OBS to make sure that it doesn't crash because that's happened before in the past. Be sure to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment, let me know down in the comment section down below what else kind of content I wish I could see on the channel. And I love each and every one of y'all for watching my videos, even if it's up to 4 or 5. I very much appreciate it. Getting back on the reactions, we're going to be doing a fluent, I don't know how fluent the upload schedule is going to be again. I know I said it before. It's just life is kicking my ass. Life is kicking my ass with steel-toe soccer cleats. But I'm trying to get back into the feel of it, trying my best here. But we're going to get back into it. I love each and every one of y'all for watching. For real, y'all mean the world to me. Each and every one of my 105 subs. This is Twitch. But 105 subs? Are you fucking serious? I fucking love y'all. Anyway, be sure to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment, whatever kind of content we'd like to see on the channel. Put it down there. And as always, peace to the world and to the world peace. I'm blackout. I'm blackout. Skeet.